Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's Shannonheartsx here, and today we're gonna be basically making a different type of video. So if you guys know me, you know that I was sick for the last few weeks, and it was really like a traumatic experience for me and my mom. So I wanted to give like a rundown of what happened when I got sick and with COVID. So for starters, I'm asthmatic and I'm also plus size. So yeah, and they said that like, you know, when you have previous ailments, like it makes you more prone to catching it. Now, COVID has been around for almost 2 years now, and up until now, I haven't had it until like, you know, I got sick in August. So I always wear my mask, I always wash my hands, sanitize, stuff like that, especially like with my mommy because she's like a clean freak, so she makes sure that everything is like always clean and stuff. So, fast forward to mid-August. Like I mentioned before, I'm asthmatic, but my asthma doesn't bother me like all the time. Like sometimes it bothers me, but rarely. And I rarely get sick. I don't catch colds. I don't catch the flu. Like I don't get sick, like often at least. So mid-August maybe. All right, so it's been really rainy. It's still rainy right now, but like in mid-August, it was really rainy and I kept going out in the rain, and I'm not supposed to like get wet by the rain because, you know, that triggers my asthma and it can give you a cold, a flu, you know, that type of stuff. So from like the 11th to like the 13th, 14th, I started like feeling like I was having like an asthma attack. So like I was saying, I noticed that I was having like breathing problems, and I thought that it was my asthma bothering me. I thought I was having an asthma attack of some sort, or that I was just catching the flu. So that was one thing that I noticed. And then I also noticed that I was getting eye pains in my left eye. If you know me, I wear glasses. I have to wear glasses every single day throughout the day. Only like when I'm wearing like lashes and stuff, I don't wear them, which I'm not supposed to do that. But that's besides the point. So I noticed I was getting like an eye pain, but only in one eye, which was weird because I was wearing my glasses. It wasn't like I was freeballing it without my glasses. So, that was an issue. And then I felt like really weak, like doing regular things, like even getting dressed wasn't becoming an issue for me. Like it was like almost throw on anything and go, because like I just felt really weak, really tired, really drained, and like my limbs were hurting. So I thought those were all the symptoms of like the flu or something, because fast forward to like maybe a couple days later, I'm still feeling sick, and I told my mommy. And so I told her I was gonna go to the doctor and see if I could get nebulized for my asthma, because like it's becoming too hard for me to breathe and I'm just really not feeling good. And then I also decided to get a COVID test just to be on the safe side, even though I did not suspect that I contracted COVID, because it just never crossed my mind, because I just was following the precautions, so I didn't expect that I would catch it. So I get in the car and I go to that's a private hospital because they have like an emergency room and stuff. So I go there, and like I feel awful. From a 1 to 10, I'm at about an 8.5 because I can still drive my car. So I get there and I tell them that I want to, see the doctor and I want to get a rapid COVID test. So they said, well, I have a wait because there's quite a few people who want to also get a rapid test. So I was like, okay. So I was in there for a little bit, but then like I realized that I couldn't breathe with my mask on. Like breathing felt like, I just felt like I wasn't getting any oxygen. So after like maybe an hour of waiting or 45 minutes, I went back to my car and I sat in there for like maybe 30-45 minutes because I just could not breathe. Like the mask felt like it was literally suffocating me. So after around 45 minutes of being in the car, I decided to go back so that my turn didn't pass. So I went in and there was another lady at the front. So she said she's not sure if my turn had passed already or whatever, but just give her a few. So I was there waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Mind you, I can't breathe and I feel like I'm having an asthma attack. So I kept asking, like, is it my turn? Is it my turn? Is it almost? So then finally I was on the phone with my mom. Like a bunch of stuff happened in the emergency room, but that's not my story to tell. So I start to feel really sick, like really sick. And I immediately call my mom and I start crying because I'm telling her, like, I can't breathe right now and they're not taking me to the back so I can get this over with so I can come home to lie down. So when I start crying, that's when one of the persons noticed, and then they asked me like what's wrong, and they take me to the back. So when they took me to the back, the doctor came, and the doctor, I'm not sure if the nurse saw me first or the doctor, one of the two, but somebody asked me what was wrong. And so I told them I feel really sick, I can't breathe, and I feel like I'm having an asthma attack. And so someone came in, I think the doctor came in and tested my lungs, and she had me inhale, exhale. Mind you, I couldn't breathe for the life of me. So the inhale and exhale thing was killing me. So she's sitting, she's like, because she asked me like, what's wrong? So I told her, I can't breathe and it's been happening for a few days. Everywhere hurts. I'm having eye pain. I think I was congested. I'm not 100% sure. And so I also told her I wanted to get a COVID test. So they came and did the COVID test, and then, which wasn't painful, by the way. The nose swab doesn't hurt. So I don't understand how everybody keeps complaining that it's like a big deal. You go get tested because it does not hurt. So I hope I'm not saying so too much. The doctor returns and she's like, do you usually, because I told her I usually like wheeze when my asthma is bothering me, because I do. It's something that I've noticed, I've done all the time. My mom has noticed it. So she was like, do you usually wheeze? So I was like, yes. So she's like, we've noticed that, well, I've noticed that you're not wheezing and your test came back positive. So that's what's causing the breathing stuff. So I'm immediately in panic mode because I had my mom on the phone with me. Like I had her on vid call, so she could hear everything the doctor was saying. I think, was that? No, the doctor made me hang up on my mom. The doctor made me hang up on my mom when she came in to tell me that my test came back positive, which was weird because why is like, anyways, so that immediately sent me into panic mode because I'm like, how the hell did I get COVID? Like, how? So I immediately feel like I'm having a panic attack at that point. And then she's like, well, we need to get you a chest x-ray and blood work and all this stuff in case you start to deteriorate. Now, I understand doctors aren't supposed to be like super like emotionally affected by their patients or whatever, but like deteriorate is such, like, that word sent me off the edge, because it's like, okay, so since I'm already in this state where I can't breathe, now my lungs are going to deteriorate, because that's basically what you're telling me. We're basically preparing for, if I die, you guys have something to compare my lungs to. Like, there wasn't a kinder word. Like, I immediately started panicking and crying. And then I tell her to let me call my mom, to let my mommy know like what's going on. So I call my mom, and my mommy's like, my mom is shocked, first of all. So after they told me that, I decided that, well, I told my mom, because they wanted to send me to the public hospital. But all they're going to do is, yes, I'm going to get treatment, but I'm going to be like around a lot of other COVID patients. And to me, and from what my mom told me, it doesn't make any sense to do that, because we're all going to be in a room basically inhaling, exhaling COVID. I don't feel like that is a good idea. And neither did my mommy. So I got my results and stuff, and then I got the referral to go to the public hospital same way, and to get my stuff. But it took them so long to get my stuff ready, and I already felt like I was dying. So I was sitting, they told me to sit and wait in the waiting room with other people and wait for my documents. So I did. While I was waiting, I legit felt like there was just death. Like, I felt like I was dying. But mind you, remember, this is only 8.5. This is an 8.5, how I'm feeling right at this moment. So then the nurse comes out, and she decides to check my temperature. Checks my temperature, 101.9 degrees. 101.9. She immediately shocked. So she goes and gets me a Panadol, I think it was extra strength at that point. So that was the only treatment I received from them, was the Panadol extra strength. So then after that, I went to my car and I drove home, because I couldn't function anymore. Like, the little bit of energy I had was used to sit and wait. So I went home, and I think I don't remember if I started or not, but I had to, like, I immediately made it to my room to lie down. And this is where shit hit the fan. So, after that, downhill. At that point, I was at a 20 out of 10. Days that followed after that, were really, really tough. Like, I felt like, it would have been better to die than to feel how I felt. I couldn't eat anymore. Everything I took didn't help. I threw up throughout the day. I was throwing up blood and like really, really thick mucus. So I was throwing up blood, mucus. Basically everything that went in came right back up. I couldn't walk anymore. I couldn't talk on the phone because, like, if I talked for like longer than 2 minutes, I was coughing and I was out of breath. So, I no longer had the eye pain anymore. The eye pain went away. It was just like nothing helped. I couldn't, it was a task to shower. It was a task to sit on the toilet. It was a task to hold my phone. It was a task to sit up. So I spent a few days in my room where like my mom took care of me and stuff. Why? But but like the medicines I was taking like oh, one of my friends, she actually offered. She was the only friend of mine that like offered to actually buy supplies and medicines and stuff for me, and like Gatorade and stuff to bring it to the house, because at that point I couldn't leave the house and my mom couldn't leave the house because I had COVID. So, you know, we were basically separated from the world. So my friend went and she bought me she went basically like grocery shopping. She got me a whole bunch of medicine like DPH, painkillers, Pedialyte popsicles, Gatorade, juice. She went and bought a lot of stuff for me. And like I really, really appreciated her because she doesn't drive. And so she had to take a taxi and go multiple places to get this stuff for me. I really appreciated that. But then things got worse because even with those medicines, they weren't helping anything. They weren't doing anything. Besides, they were over the counter. They didn't help. And I was just like, I hate to say it, but I was literally deteriorating like the doctor had said. I could no longer walk. I couldn't stand up for longer than like maybe 5 minutes. My limbs were super weak. My legs were shaky. Couldn't breathe. So one day, like, I think like, when was it? It was probably, all right, so my mommy took me, all right, so I ended up in an ambulance on the 25th of August, which was my birthday. So from the timeline, let's say from the 11th, or let me see when I actually got really sick. Like a couple days, like maybe the 16th, like I started to get really sick. And by the 25th, I was gone. So my mom called an ambulance and the ambulance came for us because I was so weak, like nothing was helping. So, and I was vomiting blood and stuff. So it was time to, bless you. It was time to go back because at this point I need to be admitted. So there's a private hospital that treats COVID patients at Rose Hall Shopping Village. It's called Bay West Wellness, and they treat COVID patients. So we got an ambulance and it took us there. And I was in the back, and then we were waiting and we got stuff sorted, and the doctor had given us like prescriptions and stuff, versus us like actually being admitted there and having to like be around like all the other COVID patients. So we got the prescriptions, and while I was in the ambulance, I had to be put on oxygen because I couldn't breathe. And so my aunt was there because she also helped us a lot during us being sick. Like, she would like bring us fruits, groceries, medicine, like, and I made food every day, stuff like that. And my throat is so dry. So on our way home, we I was sick, my mom was sick, but like I ended up just staying in my mommy's room with her at that point because it was the cool air, the AC helped, the air conditioning helped a lot, because feeling hot and with COVID, it just kind of makes a feeling worse. So, all right, my experience after getting the prescriptions. So with the prescriptions, I was still vomiting. I was put on vitamins, like a lot of vitamins, antibiotics, painkillers, and some form of I think parasitic medicine. And I had to take those every single day. I think it was like, and steroidal medicine. I was on steroids too. My throat is so dry. So I'm gonna get something for drink. The next few days were tough. The medicines were really harsh. I vomited up. I threw up every day. So the vomiting never stopped. The only things I could eat were ramen noodles, and that was like maybe 2 spoonfuls of it, and then that was it. I didn't have any appetite. I ate a lot of oranges. I ate a lot of, well, not even the inside. I could only like drink the juice because the pain in my chest was really bad, so everything hurt going down. So the only thing I could take in was orange juice, like from squeezing the oranges. I ate guava. I ate a lot of guava. I ate a lot of oranges. If I tried to eat like solid foods, it hurt really bad and it made me throw up, so I just didn't eat them because it was hard for me to eat them. Juice, if it was too cold, it would feel like there were like prickles in my throat, so it would be really painful. It was painful to swallow. Like I couldn't sit up for long periods of time. I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk. Sometimes I just call my friends and listen to them talk, just so I could, just for the comfort, because in the mornings, it was rough in the mornings, because in the mornings, like, it literally feels like there's a weighted like blanket on you and it's making you unable to breathe. I literally felt like I was dying on multiple occasions. Like some days were horrible, like awful. Like I just felt like I was dying. And I drank a lot of I actually have the box here. I drank a lot of this. This was one of my things that I usually had every morning, noon, and night. The Tetley Super Tea Immune with vitamin C. This helped me a lot. And the medications did too, to be honest, because I don't feel like if I didn't have medication, I would still be here. The meds helped a lot. I'm thankful for my parents and my family and my friends who also checked on me, like, while being sick. I thank God especially for putting us in a position to where we could afford the medications and afford to have our own oxygen supply and stuff. And like, God really blessed us, because I felt like I was going to die. Like, I remember thinking to myself, like, if this is how my little sister felt when she was passing away, because it It was unbearable. I felt so sick. I couldn't breathe. Like, I just felt like I was gonna die, and I came this far and I'm gonna die. And the crazy part about it is, prior to me getting sick, I was already planning to get vaccinated. I wanted to do just a little bit more research to see which one would be best for me. And then I got sick. You guys, stay safe. And I don't know. I really wish I had like advice on what to do to avoid catching it, because I'm shook that I caught it in the first place. So I hope this video was, oh, I didn't tell you guys like the vitamins and stuff. I guess the doctors will prescribe it to you guys if you need it. But guys, just stay safe and stay safe, because COVID is no joke. It is not playing around. It is not playing around. I've never felt like how I did when I had COVID in my life, ever. Like, I've come close to like near-death experiences, but like this was really intense. Like, I lost a lot of weight from it too. I'm guessing because I couldn't eat. I didn't regain my appetite until maybe a week ago. I think maybe like a week and a half now, I've been able to eat and have an appetite and keep things down. No, it's been a week. Yeah. Like a week since I've been able to like eat, keep things down, and like being able to walk and like function and stuff again. So my advice to you is to just stay safe as much as you can. At this point, I don't know what to do other than just to get vaccinated, because at this point I don't know how to avoid it. Like, because I can't not go outside. And yep, that is my COVID story, you guys. I hope my voice doesn't sound too deep. I'm not a trip. This is serious, so I didn't want to be all, But thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video. It was heavily requested as well. A lot of people wanted to know details. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Stay safe. Follow me on my social medias down below. The hair review for this video will also be linked down below. Thank God every day. If you're religious or spiritual, I don't know. But this was horrible. Like, never in my life have I experienced anything like this. Okay, well, bye, you guys.